Today, I want to talk about a couple of things that will expedite the launch of Onpassive. In other words, make it quicker rather than later. And I know we all want that as founders of Onpassive. The first thing I want to talk about is money. We can no longer talk about money as far as Onpassive is concerned. If you are on a public forum, whether it's a webinar, whether it's a YouTube video, whether it's social media, wherever you are, if it's a public forum, you can no longer talk about money. And here's why. Every time we come on and do a video that talks about money, Ash Mufareh takes the arrows. And I'm as big a culprit as anybody, I know that. And Ash has to spend a couple hours in front of the attorneys because when you start to talk about money, it takes you to a different category. Now, can Onpassive do that? Yeah, they can get into a different category, but when they do that, it's going to take 3, 4, 5 months to get the paperwork from the regulators so that we're kosher. So moving forward, we just can't talk about money anymore. And I know that from personal experience. When I do something like that, when I kind of get over the line, Ash does take the arrows, but I hear about it. And what it does is it slows the launch of Onpassive. Now, when we talk about the launch of Onpassive, soft launch and hard launch, guys, it's done. It's done. It's ready to go. There's just a few things that have to be tied up, but it's ready to go. But when we throw a wrench into the works, and then Ash has to deal with these other side issues. Yeah, he works them out. Yeah, he keeps us out of the fray, but we don't want him to take up his time dealing with these issues. This makes our job a little bit harder. I know that. I know it does. But there is a way to talk about Onpassive, to talk about the benefits of Onpassive, and it is just as appealing as if you talked about what people could or couldn't do. So the money thing, it has to go away. Now, Marty, Dan, and I, we did a webinar yesterday. It was the corporate opportunity webinar. Marty, Dan, and I, we did not talk about money, but there were 3 other panelists that eventually got to the point where they talked about it. And I was just smiling. They don't know. We haven't told anybody yet. But moving forward, that is a subject we just don't breach. We just don't talk about it. And over the next couple of days, I will be putting out content that you can use that shows the benefits of Onpassive, extremely appealing, that will get people interested in coming in, becoming a founder, and participating with Onpassive. We can talk about wealth. We can talk about so many things. We just can't breach that subject of money. We just can't do it. So moving forward, and really this is for every founder in Onpassive, and today I think there are 480,000 founders today. Don't talk about it. Now, if you get someone on a private line, face to face, can you talk about those things? Yeah, you can, but don't go overboard. You know, the benefits of Onpassive are more than enough to get people to come in and participate with Onpassive. If they have any kind of an imagination, they're going to understand how big a deal this is and how this could affect their life in very, very positive ways. So moving forward, that's a subject we just don't talk about. One other thing I learned in the last day is the Onpassive site that's coming out very, very soon. Ash is going to have a section in there, and it's the Innovative Lab. And what Ash is going to be doing with that Innovation Lab, every week he will put a product up there of Onpassive, and it will describe the product. It'll go over it. Really some cool stuff. And he's going to be doing this weekly. And I know I have a lot of people that want to see the products of Onpassive. Well, that's going to be happening very, very quickly. There are some other things that I have learned that I can't share today, but we'll share them in pretty short order in the next week, 10 days. All of it very, very exciting. All of it having to do with the launch of Onpassive and moving forward. I do want to talk about one thing very, very quickly about Ash Mufareh. Ash Mufareh, absolutely genius what he's doing and what he has done. But when you're listening to Ash on let's say the Thursday webinar, and Ash is talking about Onpassive, he gets extremely passionate about Onpassive. And what you have to understand is Ash will will be here at one moment, and then he'll be over here at another moment. And on this moment, he might be talking about the present day, what's happening today, what's going on. He doesn't say it, but that's what he's talking about. And then in 2 minutes, he's 8 months down the road. And that's because Ash, as you think about chess, he's about 20 moves ahead of everybody. And he might go from the present day to 6 months, 8 months, a year down the road. And if you're not used to listening to Ash, you don't know that there's a gap there. And when he's talking about things 8 months down the road, you're thinking, well, this thing is never going to launch. No, that's not how it works. It's just the code of Ashmufara. When he's in the present day, it sounds like launch is imminent. But when he gets over to 8 months down the road, you go, well, it's never going to launch. Separate those two things. We are extremely close to the launch. It is ready. Everything is done except for a few little things. Don't worry about the launch. Don't lose any sleep over it. It's coming. It's ready to go. But when we listen to Ash, he talks about things that we're going to be doing 6 months, 8 months, a year down the road. And it doesn't have anything to do with the launch of Onpassive. It's just where Onpassive is going, and they're very, very exciting things. So today, just a quick video. Money, taboo. Do not talk about it. Don't bring it up. If you want Onpassive to launch sooner than later, don't talk about money. Because if there's a problem, it's our problem. It's not Ashmufara's problem, because I'm putting it out there. Don't talk about it. If you're on an open forum, a webinar, a video, anything that people out in the public can see and hear, don't talk about it. If you want to call me and talk about it, we can talk about it one-on-one all day long, because it's just between you and I. It's the same with the people you're talking to. And as they come in and become founding members, any of them, they are going to learn the numbers of Onpassive. That's not a big deal. They're going to learn them. But they're going to learn them one-on-one. Or they're going to learn them in the back office, but they're not going to learn them on the public street. So as we move forward, if we nudge you and say don't do that, we want to launch. Understand, it's for the good of everybody in Onpassive. It's for the good of the company of Onpassive. We just do not want to go there. And moving forward, the innovative lab is going to be very, very exciting. All those products are going to be coming out weekly now. We're going to be able to look at all of them, along with some of them being put into the founder's back office. We're in a great place now. It's always interesting. Things start to tighten up the closer we get to the launch. And it's because of the suits. It's because of the attorneys. They want the launch to be seamless. They want it to be perfect. And in order for that to happen, we have to cooperate with them. We can do that. It's very, very easy. I will be putting out content this week and next week. If you're having a hard time explaining Onpassive without going there, I will put out content. Marty will, Dan will, that will help you discuss Onpassive in a way that the regulators and the attorneys approve of. And moving forward, we're just going to get into that position where we're right into the soft launch, right into the hard launch. So that's it for today. Just a very, very short video. Please understand, this will help all of us. So that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. And I'll do my best, obviously, because I'm probably the worst one out there that has done what they don't want us to do. So that's it for today, guys. Have a great week. I'll have more today and tomorrow with content you can use that just talks about Onpassive in a way they want us to talk about it. And believe me, it will be extremely appealing. So have a great week, and we'll absolutely see you at the top. Bye.